apologize for that. I picked the wrong microphone in my setup, and the setup's actually kind of convoluted for this particular application, so I missed it. But yeah. So the direct, real quick. I was expecting Bethesda to bring Fallout. To be honest, I was surprised with what they did bring, but I'm excited. Switch is doing what I want it to do. Direct was good, not great, and this thing, I can't believe this demo is out now. Seren, give me a minute to get through the start, and then we can see if we can get you on.
Funny how it works, isn't it?
Oh.
Everything that happens in this world falls into one of two neat little categories.
Your Fallout does run like shit, but that's never stopped Bethesda before. My thought process was they would want Fallout Shelter on there to be able to get that money.
Things one is better off knowing, and things one is better off not. Jeffrey Azelhart, I'm afraid you've been poking your nose into the ladder.
Uh-oh.
I have only done as my convictions bade me do. I have no regrets.
I like this guy already.
I thought you might say something like that. You're making this delightfully easy.
The voice actors aren't leaving much on the bone on this one.
Make sure he's dead. Let's leave this place before we're seen.
Uh-oh.
It's done. Huh.
What does it
I
mean
will
to play
never
a role?
forget.
It means lots of
3
vignettes.
men, each marked with the sign of the crow. One on his left arm,
We're gonna go through them all, huh?
one on his right,
One on his middle arm.
and the last on his neck.
Okay, close enough. Kind of like an
3
arm.
men, foul scavengers, just like the bird whose mark they bear. They took my father from me. And I will never forget.
I thought I just finished playing Yakuza. So I explained why I was late earlier. I finished off Kiwami, and that game, in true Yakuza fashion, has a boss fight at the end that's just... Alright, you're gonna fight him for like 27 minutes, just a heads up. And then, like, here's an hour of video.
Always the same dream.
I wish I had your confidence, Primrose. I couldn't imagine nodding off minutes before my cue.
Like, seriously.
How nice it must be to be the Master's favorite.
Jeez. Mean Girls pen and paper RPG.
Fine. Go on and keep your airs. Act as though you're better than the rest of us.
Oof.
It doesn't change the fact that you're just another dancer in the sands, Primrose.
Burn?
Nothing but a kept woman. Here to flatter the dignity of men who pay for the privilege.
I suppose you're right.
I agree, mysterious woman in the back.
Shh, enough chatter. Master Helganish is coming.
Do I keep you women to titter here in the shadows? My customers are waiting for their entertainment!
God, this game's music. Let's let this music roll for a second while I find my headphones so I can try to get Serenity. Game volume is high? Okay, I'll see what I can do about it. Give me 1 second. This is something I can fix. Alright, I've adjusted the volume down. I'm going to ambush Seren on Skype. Hey. So, if I do this and turn the PC audio up, can they hear you?
I don't know. Let's find out.
I can barely hear you, though.
You can barely hear me.
You did. 1 second. Because I had turned that volume down. Oh, that echo probably wasn't so great. Alright, guys, so after you hear the chime, can you hear Seren talking? Oh, W. Matthew says they can.
Awesome.
Are the audio levels good for everybody?
Yeah, the game audio was really, really loud earlier, so...
Yeah, the sliders on the tool that I use for streaming aren't as digital as they make you think they are.
Awesome. I'm going to
Opening act should be on that stage.
mute my own
Now,
game in the
Get out
background,
there and earn your keep.
because...
Music a bit loud. Okay, let's fix that.
Yes, because not only would that be loud on my mic, that would, I think, technically constitute streaming this thing that's under embargo, so...
Alright, so starting now, would you guys let me know how the audio sounds?
I'm going to mute myself for just a second.
Sure. I can turn the music down again if we need to. Good. Okay. So W. Matthew says we're good. I'm gonna count.
Awesome.
I'm gonna count on him to be right.
Useless.
Perfect.
Is Seren's audio good? 'Cause she's quiet for me.
Yeah, how am I... Because I'm not listening to myself here.
You flatter me, Master.
I missed, by the way, like,
Up, hard.
5-ish minutes of the video of the Direct because I was fighting with BestBuy.com, which was breaking during the Direct,
Great.
because 10 minutes into the Direct they listed the special edition for Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Oh.
And I jumped on that, but for now at least, we'll see what happens in combat, and yes, she's fine, says W. Matthew. Awesome, thanks W. Matthew.
I'll turn you down on my side so I can hear you better.
Awesome. So, yeah,
You were an
they...
idiot girl when I
It was breaking because I was in the checkout and I just kept hitting confirm purchase and it just kept like scrolling to the top of the page every time I clicked finish checkout. And that went on for like 5-10 minutes and I called support and they put me on hold and it worked while I was on hold.
put
So,
a roof over your head and food on your
anyways.
This has gotten dark real quick.
Oh,
I guess it wouldn't be much of an RPG if she was just like living a happy, meaningful existence where she didn't have any reason to leave.
It's true. Let me see if the special edition for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is still up at Best Buy.
Like I don't. Like so far,
Is it? Yes, it is.
I've been able to finagle like discount cards and stay digital only, but like it's gonna get really hard this year at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yes.
US Xenoblade eShop listing has no Japanese language. Japanese eShop has Japanese only. Yes, the Odyssey Switch bundle is coming to North America.
Yeah, that was in the direct.
Yeah, no. So here's what that means. M. Schultz, that doesn't necessarily mean that the English language version of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 doesn't have Japanese audio. That means it doesn't have a Japanese localization for like text and menus and shit.
Put your face back on
So like it's pointing towards it not having Japanese audio.
My guess is it probably won't, which is a
My-
shame.
My guess is it won't as well, but
That's part of how Nintendo keeps those file sizes low.
yeah. I'm gonna type something to James.
Look, I have control. I have control.
Awesome.
I have a button that makes me move slow, which is not the most useful button in the world. The vignetting, or I don't know if this is vignetting. The color palette looks a little bit different on my stream than it does on my TV. That could just be the
Yeah.
screens in question.
I
But
think it is.
it looks yellower on the stream than it does. on the
Yeah,
TV.
it looks yellower than it does on, like, when it's running natively. I think that might just be like a slight tint on the stream,
Yeah.
or like your streaming setup.
Yeah, maybe there's some effect this thing is doing that's causing the converter to not know how to render that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna read this out. There was not.
Okay.
No.
I dazed during that point. Okay.
Yeah, I was busy. Oh wait. Oh, I see. It's a toggle. That's stupid. So the button actually toggles running.
Awesome. Hey, like Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, the innovation they included in one generation of remakes of Pokemon games and then never again.
Yeah. I was
Like literally Black White came out after that and you still had to hold the goddamn button to run.
I was surprised at the Sun Moon stuff.
There you
Ultra
are.
Sun and Omega Moons.
Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
They should have gone. They should have gone with a different thing for that one.
I just appreciate that it's literally called Ultra and Ultra, and
Forgive me.
so let's talk about the amount of new Ultra Beasts we're adding. 2. 1 for each version. 2.
Well, that's all you
Thanks.
need.
Thanks.
I mean, that game's gonna sell 15 to 20 million copies, probably. Like,
I don't know, Black 2, White 2, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, they don't sell the Platinum. Third versions and remakes don't sell. They sell well, but not amazingly well.
I remember Sun and Moon was stupid.
Yeah, Sun and Moon was stupid. Alpha Sapphire, Omega Ruby, not as much as X and Y or Sun Moon by a pretty significant margin.
It is a new game though, which
they are really, really hesitant. They are really specific in their wording. Let me see how they word.
it's a different story at least.
Yes. Embark
Losing-
on a new adventure. They actually do not.
So we didn't
Call.
actually get, she's a dancer and they didn't bother animating her dancing? That's weird.
They never actually like specifically say like new entry or new game in any of the marketing or press release. The exact wording to press to run with is, and I want you to pay attention to how specifically contorted the messaging is.
Yes.
The new games feature new games feature customizable main characters who embark on a new adventure. An untold story unfolds on a grand scale where the legendary Pokemon that steals light, Necrozma, has transformed into new forms.
Yeah, I
Fans,
heard direct.
yeah, fans who purchase and activate *******
Good.
the game by January 10th can get a special gift. Rockruff, new to the world of Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon Ultra Moon.
Well,
Like-
they're just driving home the dead father angle in this, aren't they?
Yeah.
By the way, did you mention her father? Her father's
Yeah.
dead.
Papa. Yeah, visit Pokemon. By the way, the 4 asterisk footnote that was referring to, visit Pokemon.com for full details on how to receive the in-game special gift.
There you go.
Also, did you appreciate the 2 new games, 2 beloved series segment of the Direct where they just took Apollo Justice and Fire Emblem Warriors 3DS version
Just
and
smashed
made it
them
one
together?
segment? Because
No, what?
fuck it.
Learn the backstory of everyone's favorite lawyer. Fuck you. Apollo's no one's favorite lawyer.
You know that Nintendo writes those narration segments, not Capcom.
No, because not even Capcom would have the audacity to say such a thing.
Oh.
What's wrong with dancing? It's so much fun, and no one can see it, apparently.
I'm putting my PS4 into sleep mode. I can't actually focus. I don't want to do that on stream. I'm at the ending of Danganronpa V3 in English. Which...
I'll tuck you into bed. It's the middle of the day. Sorry.
It's okay. Of all sites, GameStop has Switches in stock forced bundles, but the bundles are actually like good bundles.
Yeah, like if you're buying a Switch, being forced to buy Zelda, there's worse games you could be forced to buy.
Yeah,
with
and there's no markup. It's just making sure you buy a piece of first-party software. The bundles are Zelda or Mario Kart.
See, I wouldn't want to buy Mario Kart physical.
I mean, it's whichever you want, but either way, it's just, you know, $360.
The poor dude.
So, like, if you were gonna buy that software anyway, like, it's not really a forced bundle.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I can't actually give my opinions on Danganronpa V3, but I can direct you towards my opinions from January on Danganronpa V3. Which is a weird, nuanced take.
Whoa!
Stop that!
This has gotten really grim.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, jeez.
Woof.
Many
I was not
thanks.
expecting that.
No.
Yeah, shockingly, this is not the scene that appeared in the Nintendo Direct.
I don't know, Nintendo Direct had the Nintendo internal narrator talk about Nazis overrun America.
Well, yeah, but you're
so,
killing
like,
Nazis. You're not like trying to avoid getting beaten half to death and thrown in the river.
Oh, Walmart's Switch bundle for Splatoon, that exclusive one, is apparently available, says Meower.
Oh, good.
Apparently that's in stock. Did you... Yeah?
Go ahead.
Unrelated, so you go first and then I'll tangent.
Okay. I'm oh boy.
I think not.
Oh boy. I'm really interested to see what the next quarterly announcements are from Nintendo at this point.
Yeah. America is already overrun by Nazis. That's the joke. No, well, first of all, I need that new Pro Controller. I need that Xenoblade Pro Controller. I need it so bad. It's not up for pre-order anyway, but...
I'm warning you because I care. Wolf. Wolf.
Yes.
Like I said, I thought I finished Yakuza already.
Forgive me.
What was I gonna say real briefly? I don't remember. Oh. I retweeted this. I'll put this in the chat. Here's a cursed image for everyone.
Oh, is this the Mario?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just put up pictures of Mario parties 1 through 10.
Yeah. So
Most cursed image. Did you see the giant bomb exchange that happened?
Oh yeah. So the thing is, this is. I hope the demo doesn't just run through the scene and then end. I'd like to at least get into a battle.
There is definitely combat in the.
Okay.
There's you can play combat as all characters in this demo.
Oh, okay.
It is a pretty expansive demo for a demo that came out before they decided on the name for the game.
Yeah. We're gonna send a survey. We hope you'll answer it. It's like, oh, this survey may actually have value?
Yeah, no, like, this is...
Ugh.
I don't want to use the word beta because it's being ruined by marketing, but it's closer to a beta than a lot of other betas.
Yeah.
Are you all right?
Like, this survey is...
Yeah, like we'll send a survey of, like, how much do you plan to pre-order this game? 100%?
Yeah.
300%? 1500%?
So, yeah.
But, like, they're actually like, no, we want you to fill the survey out.
Tag yourself on Mario Party 6. Fuck you. I'm sorry.
I'm whichever one introduced the car.
That's 9.
And made everybody upset.
Beta for a single-player game, WTF?
Well,
What?
I, mean, I write beta for software. I mean,
Like, yo, of course a beta for single-player
look
game.
at this! Look at this screen! What is this?
Hang on, there's a delay.
Oh, you're almost there.
Oh, yes.
What is this?
Each of your 8 heroes can interact.
Like, all right, so here's the screen on the Switch. Okay, fine, whatever. Here is
Yeah.
it being ejected from the Switch to this other screen. That's weird.
I don't know. Yeah, no, like any software in development has a beta stage.
Yeah.
Straight up, like
I mean, they may not call it a beta.
like
Excuse me.
no, like a public matchmaking test is more accurate to what like people call public betas, which here's the thing, you're way past beta by the time you're releasing a public matchmaking test 3 weeks before the game comes out. Like, are you kidding me? Or like 3 months? Like
At 3 months, it could be a matchmaking beta. You could be testing your matchmaking system.
maybe it's more a demo at that point. Like the Dragon Ball FighterZ beta that opened today, or invited a new wave, and in doing so sent a rejection email to everyone else, including myself. Like, I'm not sure.
Excuse me.
Like, I'm not in ArcSys. I can't just say like that's a beta, like they're in the beta stage, but like, I don't know.
Am I supposed to allure him?
Here's a dirty secret. I have a closed alpha for My Real Arcade VR that's been on retail PS4, PSN servers for like 9 to 10 months. Like, I can just give someone a code and they have access to it on the retail PS4. Because you can do that. You can send out unfinished software through these platforms. It's just like, I don't know. It all depends on the game and the company.
No, my business is in town. Okay, so we're already going to town. I got distracted and I kind of forgot what they wanted me to do.
Gotcha.
So.
And before anyone asks, no, you can't have a code.
Oh God! This is Hostess Club. Oh wow! This is legit just Hostess Club stuff at this point. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Like there is an actual side story in
Excuse
the Yakuza game I just played today that I encountered where it's like, no, I really need to bring somebody with money into the club.
True.
Or I'm in trouble. Great. Awesome. Japan, you're weird. Alright, we're in.
Oh.
We're in the club. I've charmed him into the club.
Oh yeah, that Kirby game that's launching in Europe in November, and then launching here in like January.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's missing the 25th anniversary in North America, but it's totally hitting it in Japan and Europe.
I mean, what's an anniversary between, years? You always have it's always at least another anniversary for the number of days.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm gonna recap real quick. I want 1 to 2 sentences, no more, no less from you on the topics that Nintendo outlined in their press release.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go down the
bearing
list.
in mind I have to do this again tomorrow.
Yes. That's fine.
I'm gonna keep some of my powder dry.
Nah.
Like some of the same. I would guess the majority of the same people believe this.
Well, yes, but you also have to understand that you're gonna go into like depth on things like Super Mario Odyssey on the show tomorrow, I'm guessing.
Have you listened to our show?
And probably not gonna go on into depth, like, and probably not going to touch as much on Flip Wars.
I'm gonna talk all about Flip Wars.
So like, that's what I'm saying. No more, no less. 1 to 2 sentences on each.
Okay.
Super Mario Odyssey.
It looks good. It still looks good. Like they care super hard about that game.
Opinions on Mario's nipples.
I don't have any. Ambivalent.
Yeah.
I appreciate that at Helix the DNA man, who has been tweeting more and more about other good shit. So I really appreciate that. I follow this account. like it's morphed into this person's personal Twitter account, which is really weird. They spent the time to Photoshop in B-cup breasts onto Mario and arm tattoos, and put nipple piercings on the breasts as well.
That's
Hell
awful.
yeah, it was
I don't
necessary.
need that. I don't need this
The
conversation.
tattoos are what
This
made
conversation needs to stop. Continue to
Okay.
the next thing.
it.
Primrose just lost her chance at revenge. Come on, I need to.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Holy crap, that was a long discussion.
You don't like listening to Winnie the Pooh tell you about all of the politics and battle systems all at once?
It was weird. It was like, okay, you won't remember any of this shit we're about to drop on you.
Suck my dick, everyone that said that game isn't shipping in 2018 or 2017.
I mean, they told us like all the time.
Yeah, but everyone kept saying, "Oh, it's gonna delay, it's gonna delay, it's gonna delay, it's gonna delay, it's gonna delay."
Meow.
In depth on hot topics? No, RFN is Urban Champion is an RPG podcast.
Hey, we had a full Urban Champion mini retroactive. And we did it
2 minutes of it.
No, we went longer than that. We went
I know.
We did, and you know what? You know what's even greater about that? We did it completely out of spite. That's how much we care.
So, third topic, presentation on Project Octopath Traveler.
Like the game presentation or the presentation in terms of the
The presentation in the direct. The direct's focus segment.
What was it? 3D, 2D, or whatever.
HD 2D.
Yeah, that makes me want to stab somebody.
Yeah, my only tweet on it was HD 2D. Come on, eat my ass, Warinix, or something like that.
Oh, we got a glitch. We have on-screen glitch. Confirmed on-screen glitch.
Hang on.
You'll see it when right above the word
on
girls.
My side.
Nope.
Yes. Yes. It is not finished. Nope. Yes. Mario's nipples changed from last year. They sent out a summer holiday wallpaper last year where his nipples looked different.
I don't.
Yeah, but were they personally drawn by EA for the studio formerly known as EAD Tokyo?
As I pointed out, it's time to move on to this.
Who TF is paying attention to his nipples? M. Schultz immediately? Me.
You people.
Turns out, nipples was a trending topic for me.
Deep Down. We have a Deep Down reference. We found Deep Down. It's on Switch.
Oh, I know what happened to that project too.
I mean, it's not the craziest thing in the world to look at what they were showing and go, oh, Capcom.
Yeah, but yes.
I believe there are probably publishers who could make that game a reality.
What, free-to-play Dark Souls?
Capcom, not among the list right now.
W. Matthew, first gen where my only console will be Switch. Well done, Nintendo. Yeah, well, as I retweeted earlier this morning, Wikipedia editors are having a beef about what generation Switch falls into, so...
Yes, it's dumb.
This is my favorite if you go into the edit comments where there's like, not enough reputable sources are claiming it's 8th gen, so we're not listing it as that. And so someone else responded, so it's a 9th gen, and then the response was, not enough reputable sources are claiming that it's a 9th gen.
No one is claiming it's I mean, what's a reputable source in that context?
Who knows? That's the joke. Or that's the joke on Twitter.
I mean, am I a reputable source?
No.
Exactly.
Of course.
Okay, next topic. Doom.
Oh, this is... Oof, sorry, things are getting real dark over here.
Things are staying real dark.
Things are getting darker. The darkness is continuing to fall.
Yes, this is probably a tier M-rated game.
So in terms of Doom, I was surprised it was there.
Really?
Doom did have a 360 PS3 version, didn't it?
No, it didn't.
Oh, okay. I was.
Okay.
That wasn't the game I was expecting them to bring.
I know you say you were expecting Fallout 4. Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus.
Didn't you just see her? She was hiding behind the HD 2D object. My mistake.
Yes. Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. 1 to 2 sentences.
What the fuck?
Yeah?
That's my answer.
Okay. 2018 is what the fuck.
Can you turn the game down a little bit on your side?
On my side?
Yeah, I can hear it coming through the mic.
No, it's completely muted, and I'm using headphones.
No, I can hear. I hear music.
I'm not playing any game, and there's no music on my side.
What the heck is going on?
I hear some stuff coming through your audio, but no, there's no.
All of this is very strange now.
Like, I'll mute myself for just a second. Did that fix it?
Nope.
Great, because I was completely muted on Skype.
I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from.
Yeah, and I'm not the Skype connection. Do you think it'll be 60 or 30 for Doom? Probably $60.
60.
It's a full price game. Why didn't they call it H2D?
Well met.
Because Japan.
Oh, we can save. That's weird. I can hear the game audio is coming from somewhere. What is happening?
Is your Twitch stream not completely muted?
It is hard muted.
Okay. Oh, they meant frame rate for 60/30.
Oh, I think they'll res it down to get it to 60.
I can't comment. But I think that James is thinking along the right lines.
I think they would rather hit. Oh, that's weird. All right, so I know what the culprit is, but I can't know like. That's very strange. I don't like that. Okay, anyway, we'll just have to survive.
Yeah.
We'll just have to survive together.
So yeah,
I can't.
Yep. You can't.
I can't allure the save character.
Sad.
Oh.
Kirby Star Allies.
It's a game.
That sure is a game. I did not see any of the. I heard the whole presentation, but that was part of the time that I was on BestBuy.com.
All right, so let's take a look at what my options are. Deal dark base damage to enemies. Increase the potency of allies. Physical. Don't have any allies.
Yes.
Peacock
Yes,
Strut.
I know. Yes, I know the PS4 Xbox One version of Doom is 60 frames per second. It's also 85 gigs on those platforms.
All right, so let's. I just fired off a boost. I don't know what boost does. Let's find out.
Yeah.
Yo!
Doom is 85 gigabytes on other platforms,
Yeah.
so there's going to be some changes.
I
So,
see,
like,
I think that's. Oh, I already boosted.
id.
That's part of the reason why I think they're gonna do stuff to like, decrease the resolution and.
Yeah, it is a very very talented studio at compatibility and scaling, and the PC recs for Doom are actually really low relative to what that game
What
is.
surprised me more than so does Doom and Wolfenstein on the same engine?
I think they're both on id Tech, yeah.
So I guess the fact that one's there probably isn't surprising the other came with it.
Yeah, why not?
So is there health on these or is not?
Machine. I mean, it's Machine Games. I'm pretty sure it's id Tech. Let me look. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, which even if it could release this year on Switch, they're not stupid enough to do.
No.
Because that would be the same day as Mario. Yes. Yep, it's the second game on this engine. It's Doom 2016, then Wolfenstein 2, and then Doom VFR are the 3 games using this version of id Tech, which is id Tech 6.
Yeah, so that looks really cool. That effect looks really cool. I would guess that means that they've probably made the effort to say, like, look, we want to have this thing. We want to have all of our games run on this engine.
Yeah.
And
I was surprised how much Bethesda is behind the Switch now. I mean, Rockstar also. Like, Rockstar is putting out their first game on Nintendo platform since Chinatown Wars. Like, SUP, Nintendo of America's third-party outreach team is signing deals.
Yeah.
Which they didn't do last generation, period. They said everyone should come to us, we're Nintendo, and that gave us the Wii U. This generation, they're out. Starting about 3-4 years ago, they started signing these deals. Like, look around the time that Mario Rabbids started development. Like, right around that time, like, NOA, NCL, NOE started going out, reaching out to third parties in a very serious way.
I mean, I have reports of people we know at E3 going around and talking, like, showing up at publishers' booths about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't want to dodge her. She looks useless.
That LA Noire release is not worth the asking. I mean, you do you. For me, that's Like, I don't know.
Here's the
game,
thing about
that game portably with the new features is worth 60 to me.
Here's the thing about LA Noire, and I played it on 360, and I recently watched a decent amount of it as a playthrough. LA Noire as a game is like as a world, LA Noire is pretty kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Like it really nails the late 40s.
Oh, that world, yeah, just driving around LA. It's like late Prohibition era in LA is.
Oh, it's post-Prohibition. It's post-Prohibition.
Okay,
It's after World War II.
Oh, that's right.
What amazes me about that game is like just the conviction to world building. Like we're gonna do everything we can to build this game's world up.
And we're gonna research what landmarks were like back then,
right,
and then recreate.
But it's also, the game is also, and I say this with some degree of respect, kind of stupid. But they're like, one of the things that the game gets knocked for is the faces, which are terrible.
Yeah.
Like they were kind of cool at the time.
Yeah, real quick, Mario Stain. Yeah, you're saying it's not worth it to you because you almost have the platinum in it on PS3. Like, yeah, then it's not worth the purchase. It's not worth rebuying for you. But that doesn't mean it's not worth the asking price.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure if it's gonna end up being worth the 60. Because like I think that game has a tremendous bloat problem, especially when you throw the DLC cases on. Because I got the Game of the Year edition.
Yeah,
and had them all.
It has a lot of content. You can move between desks without completing all the tasks, especially when you have the DLC, right? Like without completing all the cases.
So in the complete edition, they actually stitch the DLC cases into the story progression.
So I the way I understand it,
I went the wrong way, didn't I?
They've made some edits. I don't know what those edits entail. So that those edits might mean like reducing the caseload between desks.
Yeah.
And for people who don't know, LA Noire, part of the thing is you're moving between different
You're a detective, and you're moving it through
different types of cases.
Yeah, so
it's like there's an arson desk, etc.
Right. That's late game stuff. There's the murder desk. There's the vehicular crime desk. Random battles. I haven't seen a proper random battle game in a long time. So we just boosted all my equipment.
Yeah. So anyways, that's So Splatoon 2's new content. Any interest?
Yeah, it's what it is.
I was surprised it didn't announce a new mode.
I'm not super surprised. I would think that would be like around next year.
They have all the code and assets for a new ranked mode in the most recent patch. Like they added them all in.
Yeah,
so that's why people were expecting one.
I think they've got so much stuff going on this winter. Like they have a surprising amount of stuff going on this winter.
How is it surprising? They've announced almost all of it already.
No, but like when you actually see it all like stacked together, you're like, damn, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't have the issue of not being able to visualize it all together. So I don't know. That's just me though.
I am moving through the game. Oh wait, here we go.
Any thoughts on the ARMS update?
I mean, we knew it was in it already, so.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the customizable controls. That's really huge. Not just for the gameplay, but also for the accessibility, like the ability to just say what button you want to do what is a really fantastic inclusion for that game that makes it from good to very good, in my opinion. Plus Lollipop is hilarious.
Whoa! Wow! This game's style is exploding off the screen right now.
I'll see you in 15 to 20 seconds.
I mean this whole battle sequence. Like when you hit somebody and it shoots shadows back on the screen behind them in the shape of their body.
Yeah, their tech is real impressive. I mean, this is the development team for this is a tech studio first and foremost. They make middleware. They make graphical effect middleware. But they also go and they make some
where might
games.
you be off to,
Oh boy.
kitten?
Rather not pay the month. Rather not pay the monthly fee. Will be asking. Maybe I will for a few months when Pokemon Switch comes out in 2019. Is there a release date for Mario Party in the West? Yes, there is a release date for Mario Party in the West. Mario Party in the West is coming out on November
But she
10th.
was kind enough to let me catch a rat.
But like I don't know. It's 20. It's not a monthly. It's not really a monthly fee. It's $20 a year for multiplayer and their virtual console Netflix service.
Well, it's like a $2. I mean, if you want to think about it in terms of a monthly fee, it's a $2 a month fee.
It's less than that.
Yeah, I know. I'm rounding up.
Yeah.
Because that's a comedically low number.
Yes, like you're basically paying nothing for it if on a monthly basis.
Dang.
Like it's the price of one eShop game, like one eShop indie game, basically, for an entire year of multiplayer plus virtual console access. So like, it's so low that honestly, it's not a big deal for me.
PS Plus is €60. Yeah, PS Plus had a price increase.
Yeah, it did, but that's the thing. It's $20 US. Are you surprised we didn't get news about that? No, I'm not surprised. Why would they give news about that in September if they're not launching the service for at least 4 months?
I was sold.
Like, no.
This is getting like oppressively dark.
It's months and months away, and it's a service that they're probably gonna
Miserable.
give the details for like 3 weeks out, if that. So like, no, I'm absolutely not surprised. We're getting those arcade archives free with the online service, right? No, it's completely different, sir. It's completely different. Arcade archives are not part of the.
Are we having fun yet, everybody?
Yeah.
Are we having a good time?
Yeah, Arcade Archives is a completely separate announcement.
Friends. Yes, Yusufa. You were my friend.
So let's see here. Speaking of, what are your thoughts on the Arcade Archive stuff?
Like, it depends. If it's just the same shit that they've shown in the past, the versus mode of NES games and stuff like that, or friggin' Mario Brothers.
It is the, like, just assume right now that it's only 80s Nintendo arcade games.
Well, so keep in mind, there's some really old stuff that they've never really done anything with.
We never touched Radar Scope.
And there's that game that's kind of legendary because there's only a handful of boards out there. I'm blanking on what it's called though.
Right.
I remember it was a big deal because somebody who's an expert on Nintendo arcade hardware just was trying to find one and finally just called Nintendo and said, "Do you have one?" And they're like, "Yeah, we have one in a warehouse."
Yeah. So Mario Staines says that they're confused by the Arcade Archives. Is the draw that we might find subtle differences? No. So, for example, the arcade version of Donkey Kong has a level that wasn't in the NES version. It has the Pie Factory. Like the arcade version of Punch Out has content, like, is a different game.
Yeah, it's a different game. All right, we're getting serious here.
Pretty little head of yours. Here I thought it a waste, as empty as the desert.
This is.
I saw you for the foul
Platinum.
you are the first time I laid eyes on you.
Platinum isn't the publisher on Bayonetta 1 and 2. Platinum is contractually not allowed to actually tease something like that. Like, well, depending on with Nintendo, but it's unlikely that Platinum would be the company to really be teasing announcements that aren't theirs to make.
No, unless they were being told, yeah, go ahead and tease it.
Yeah, unless they were told by Nintendo to tease it. They don't. It's not theirs to tease.
All right.
So, like, they are probably drawing pictures for their support of the Switch. But didn't the announcement say they put things in the arcade versions that weren't originally there? No, right?
They said look for some differences between the original arcade version.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe they put a little thing in there, like little features in there. I mean, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
These are Hamster made, right?
Yes, Nintendo gave Hamster the rights to make Arcade Archives versions of their arcade games.
God,
that's basically what the announcement is.
This music is sumptuous.
Yes.
You
But,
get yourself, little
like,
kitten.
so no, like, these Arcade Archives releases are not for everyone, for sure. They're not. Like,
You
I'm
wanted
not
to
going
see
to
your
get
master
versus
drown.
pinball.
Fine.
Like, I'm not interested in any of them
Every
except for Punch Out,
round, you had
personally.
your
I'm
fun.
I might get Donkey Kong.
I'm excited for them because they are different. You know, it's something we don't normally get.
That naughty mouth of yours belongs to me.
W. Matthew, this is definitely a competent RPG. It's definitely telling a story that I was not expecting. Like, there wasn't much in the promotional to give you the idea this is going to be this dark.
Master, go pleasure yourself.
All right, I appreciate that line. You'll see.
Wrong answer, kitten. You know what I do with cats that bite, don't you? I put them down, just like that one. It's a shame, Primrose.
I mean, if it's for the right price, like I might try it out. It's better than the NES Ice Climbers.
What a waste. Yes, a terrible, terrible shame.
Yeah, I mean, there's a handful of arcade games that weren't NES ports of NES games.
The only shame
And I want those to make it, obviously. But those aren't the ones they showed because the ones whose names people know are Ice Climbers versus.
is that I could not do this sooner, Master. Time for the main event.
Oh, this is cool as shit. That was the one before that. They didn't make the mobile game, did they? Oh, they made that internally too?
I am ready.
Yo!
How about this?
Like,
I am ready.
what's the negative of boost? I'm trying to figure that out. Oh, I see. So at the top menu under Primrose, there's a little icon. No, that's Brave and Default. There's just a hard limit to the number of boosts you have. I'm trying to wipe out their He's trembling with fear. God, that sprite is really good. It's not even a sprite, really. These are 3D models that are just very flat. Did you cut out? I can hear you. Can everybody still hear you? Can you all hear Seren?
How about this? I am ready.
No, they can't hear you. Oh, when did that start?
I am ready.
Hold, please. When did this crap start? All right, 1 second. Oh, bye next. All right. No, for fuck's sake. All right.
What?
Oh.
That's a long ass time.
Oh, I see why. That's stupid.
What happened with your settings?
So I muted the halpage. The reason I can hear the music is the halpage is actually routing the PC audio back, and that's dumb. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do this the right way. 1 second. because it's probably causing the stream audio to suck too.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's why it's not working. I'm in the wrong place. All right. Yeah, it would have been before your conversation like that.
Huh? Gotcha.
Sorry, buddy. I messed up. That was on me. Alright, so we're gonna map virtual fidget spinners. I'll stream that next week. Sorry you guys are having to watch me mess with audio settings. I'm not in love with that situation, but it is what it is, unfortunately.
Blah.
So the Yeti goes to 2 as well, right? No, the Yeti goes to 1. I'm doing something stupid. Alright. Start. And then I'm gonna flip you over. And we're done. And then I can turn off this thing so I won't have to hear the music echo in my ear. So what happened is, it's something about how it's capturing your audio and versus capturing. If I had set all this stuff up perfectly at the very start, it probably would have been fine.
Right.
But I didn't, so we aren't. Un second. And then
Un segundo.
if I options audio settings and I flip you to
Me?
to line 2.
Hello.
I can still hear you. Good.
Yeah.
And then-
can people?
They can't hear you right now. Give me one
They
second.
can't hear me right now.
1 second.
Okay.
All right. And then I go back to the Halpage controller and I flip that to line 1.
One.
All right. So if you can hear me now, and I mean now, as
W. Matthews says we can hear you. Yes, they can hear me.
I haven't done it yet. All right. So
I'm back. Everyone says I'm back.
well, yes, but I haven't. They haven't heard me say. When you hear me say now, that means I finished doing all the changes.
Okay. So, yeah. Just wait a sec. He's still making some changes. Echo. Now there's echo.
Yeah, there will be.
LOL.
Why
This
it
is some
still-
good shit.
Why is it still? This is dumb. This is dumb. I hate this. All right. Can you guys hear me okay right now?
And can you hear me okay right now?
All right. It's
Sounding good
now.
now, says Mario Stains.
Okay.
Yes. Okay,
Good.
we're all good. So, to summarize what I was cut out for, about Arcade Archives, the thing there is, yeah, this is Nintendo's output from the 80s. There's a niche audience that will definitely pay $5 to $8 for all of those games. Only one I'm personally interested in is Punch-Out, because it's a wholly original game that hasn't seen... Seren's super loud now, says M. Schultz.
Yeah. Yes, she is. Hold on. I can fix that.
Sorry.
Turn it down a little bit. Turn it down a little bit.
It's-
I'm gonna turn it
okay.
down. All right. So. All right.
So,
How does that sound, everybody?
how does this sound?
Well,
How does this
we
sound?
can't-
Well, yes, I know. I'm
No!
speaking so they can continue to hear me.
I just
What
got
were you hear-
aced.
Oh, good.
Oh, resume from last save point. Brutal.
Know your place, says the game.
That was the move that he used, and it
Yeah.
rocked me.
Streaming, am I right? Good. Good enough. People are saying good enough.
Okay, cool. Sorry everybody about all the audio bullshit.
Yeah.
Normally.
Sorry.
Can you skip? Oh, you can't skip. Oh, that's a bummer.
Master.
There's a survey coming out.
Fun.
Yeah, that's gonna get on the survey.
But
So I'm just hammering
Yeah.
A right now.
yeah. I wonder, is there a skip scene or like a fast forward through text button? Like if you hold it? Some RPGs there is. I don't think Bravely Default had it though, so I'm not sure if this game does.
Bravely Default, you can skip scenes though.
Oh, that's right.
Every button has been pressed and held.
Gotcha. So yeah, no, yeah, Punch Out, wholly original character. There's even one character that never made it outside of that game. Never forget Pizza Pasta.
The Pizza Pasta Force, yeah.
Yeah.
The Pizza Pasta
yeah,
is a great racist. Like, here's the thing about Punch Out. It has this like delightful racism where it's just like, you guys.
Yeah, no. Like how can we be racist against Italians? Oh no, Pizza Pasta.
But like it's I think part of the reason part of the reason it's okay is because it's kitschy. And part of the reason it's okay is because everybody gets it.
Yes.
Like there's
But
no Ryu. Nobody walks away from this clean. I mean Little Mac,
Yeah.
but Little Mac doesn't represent anything.
he represents an upcoming kid in Brooklyn. That's about it.
Little Mac represents we couldn't use the name Rocky. That's what Little Mac represents.
Yes. Adorable Japanese racism says Lagaloid.
Look, there are two varieties of Japanese racism.
Oh no, there's more than two, but yes, there's two major ones.
There's the like, you guys are fucking weird racism, and then there's the I don't think that's okay. My you guys are weird racism is probably some of the funniest shit I saw in Japan.
Yeah.
Like you would see ads and you would just look at them and you'd go, what the fuck is that ad even for? They just wanted to put a Brazilian dude on the ad, didn't they?
Yep.
And you're like, Japan, it's fine. I'm not even gonna hold this one against you.
I'm ready.
Oh.
I see. So your boost goes up when you get hit.
Awesome.
I would assume at some point the enemies also boost. At which point you oppressive shadow. Ooh, ow, 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 pain. I would assume in those cases that means that you would, if there were enemies that drop it, you would try to avoid them.
Yes. Fire Emblem Warriors. Do you have any thoughts on that? They announced Lyn, they announced Sita, and they announced Navarre.
I think the thing that made me laugh the most about that was the fact that I'm blanking on what her name is, but she's basically every heroine voice actor in anime. I was like, oh, it's her. Hi.
I mean, there's a strike going on. They can only get people who scab.
Oh, I know, but like,
yeah,
there are other people in that industry.
Yes, if people are wondering why the state of North America, of the English language voice acting is what it is relative to Fire Emblem Awakening and Fates and Smash Brothers, it's because maybe there's still a strike going on that no one's talking about, but maybe that's impacting a hell of a lot right now.
What I would say is the fact that nobody's talking about that strike is not good for the strikers.
It is not good for the strikers, but it turns out the only projects around about now, are really showing up that are impacted by the strike. What strike? Yeah, there's a voice actor strike, and it kicked in October last year, somewhere around then.
Something like that.
And basically,
a little bit here. All right.
Yeah, and games that entered recording after that. One second. After game projects in production at the time of the strike beginning. Wow, it's
Oh,
still going.
I
Yes,
can-
it's still
I
going.
can stack these boosts.
Oh, awesome.
So
Yeah.
1,
So
2,
yeah.
3. Yeah.
Games that entered production or that were already in production, were totally okay with. But any game that started English language voice recording after, like, I don't know, October-ish of last year, union voice actors aren't recording voices for that. So it's only scabs.
I mean, the problem.
Well, some are, but it's very rare.
I mean, I don't even know if I would use the word scabs, because scabs implies it was people they brought in after the strike happened. The reality of the situation is that the industry is only about half union.
Right.
Like, these were people who were working in the industry before the strike happened.
Yeah. If you've noticed this year, maybe like you could pick out 3 voice actors that you've never really heard before, but now are in everything. They're not union. And
and that is something that happens sometimes too. Where, like, it happened with the Persona 4 voice actors, where like they got a big role, and they found their booking sheet full.
Well, yes, and they just couldn't come back. But that's not the case with the strike. That explains a lot about MVCI voice acting. Yep. Strike issues. So there's residuals. There's the fact that voice actors aren't told what the project is going to be, so they don't know what to ask for in contract negotiation. Atlas never used union. That's not true. But so like you could go in and just be told you're working on an open world game, like codenamed, like, I don't know, codenamed Beach, and then but you're getting like a pretty vocal role, and so you sign, and then the contract is in place as well as your royalties, and then you're told that you're one of the stars of Grand Theft Auto 5.
Right.
And you could have negotiated a way better contract. So, and they do that because of secrecy, and the voice actor saying, why can't you just make us sign an NDA, then tell us the project, then we do a contract sign. And then also, for voice actors, their voice is their tool to make money. Like, it is the thing that they do.
Holy shit.
A lot. It is their tool. And a lot of voice acting sessions require a lot of extended, like, screams and a lot of extended heavy use of their vocal cords. And that can, like, do some damage. And so there's some strike issues about that.
Shit, I'm getting wasted here.
Yeah?
Wow. Okay, I guess I need to level up some more.
Maybe.
Or maybe I need to go back into town and charm somebody?
I
thought I
think
had somebody charmed, though.
I think as the dancer you might want to do that.
But I thought I had somebody.
Maybe. But yeah, no, that's a summary of the main bullet points on the strike.
Yeah, and in terms of what the current sticking points are, it's really just the one, in general. Because a lot of the other ones they've reached some kind of agreement.
Yeah.
The residual one is not likely to see any movement on the industry side.
Probably not. But yeah, I don't know. Very complex feelings on the strike. There is a game that I am playing.
I just keep stunning this guy at his turn.
That I can't really talk about. It's coming this month. That uses a ton of union voice actors, but didn't start recording until after the strike. And I'm wondering if it's returning characters, and I'm wondering if this specific contract had them on like they signed a contract, that they were on retainer for if these characters ever showed up again or something.
So she does not have a healing spell, to answer the question in the chat. The one place, thank you, phone. The one place we may see movement would be maybe it comes down to companies are allowed to offer are allowed to offer residuals, but unions not allowed to make it mandatory.
Yeah, maybe.
And at which point, nobody will ever offer it.
Yeah.
And so if you say, well, no, I'm not going to take this if I don't get residuals, they'll go, okay, we'll hire somebody else. Because right now, they already have. Like that's the weird thing. It's like, and SAGs run into this a little bit, not to the same degree, but like the problem when you're running something like this is you've got, if you don't have the negotiating power, it's tough. All right, does the allure work on him? Heck yeah, I want this guy with 4-star strength. Whoa! All right. So now we've got somebody in the party. We have some food. Nope, back here. I've already maxed out her armor, I think. Doesn't like that much.
On most of the stuff, I side with the strikers, and the residuals, I side with the publisher. It's complicated, don't you, Matthew?
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing about a labor situation like this is to really not try to think about it just like just think about it in terms of just like holistically. Oh, this is the good, this is the bad. Everybody's looking out for themselves. And one of the things that we learned, I took a whole class on like negotiation business. So one of the things is it's better not to think about it as a fight. It's better to think about it just as like, what does everybody here want? And what is everybody willing to give up? And at some point, you find a point in between the two of you where it works. And when it turns into a fight, like when it turns into the I've got to win or else.
Your audio is really low.
My audio is low?
That's what Mario Stain says.
Oh. My mic moved away. When it becomes like a...
There you go.
Yeah, when it becomes like a moral issue, like we have to take a moral stand here, your ability to negotiate and to find a solution that makes you happy oftentimes is negatively impacted.
Yes.
Because you end up being too worried about winning and not worried enough about like getting what it is that's going to make you happy. Wait,
yes.
So the person who followed me around is not here?
I don't know. Yeah, no, like yes. In these types of negotiations, you need to worry about. You absolutely need to worry about getting what you came for.
Right.
Not getting the positive, news story at the end of wins the strike.
We won. Yeah. Your goal is not to win the strike.
Your goal is to get what you want and then stop the strike.
Or find a solution that makes everybody happy. Like you're not going to get everything you want. You just aren't.
No.
Like if your goal is to get everything you want, I've got bad news for you.
Yeah. And it's not. I don't know. There's like the.
My position on this one is it should not have gotten this far.
Yeah. It's not like TV film. The SAG-AFTRA is trying to make it more like TV film. For residuals. The tiring your voice out thing, like, I'm not sure if that's going to get an official resolution, but I think that companies might look at this and look at the complaints and look at how many names are being signed onto these complaints and, like, I don't know, still require the same amount of work but space them out on different days so there's not one day of just screaming.
And see,
like one day of screaming and then normal conversation at the same time.
That's the kind of thing where when you're negotiating as a partner, as opposed to negotiating as enemies, you can make an argument, or not an argument, you can make a reasoned point to the other side to go, hey, this is the benefit you're going to get out of this too.
Yes,
I'm going to be fresher during the recording session.
Yes, you're going to get higher quality work.
And I'm going to be able to work more hours consistently. Like I'm not going to have to miss days. A lot of the labor wins in terms of like workplace safety and stuff were part of the negotiation was like, look, you're not going to lose people to injury and have to retrain people.
Exactly. And then
going like, no, we have to win because we're right. Well then, like, dude, chill.
Yeah. Knowing what the project is, if I'm being honest, 100% with the strikers on that, just make the agency and make the voice actor who who you're like auditioning or who you're approaching sign an NDA before discussion starts, and then just say what the like have a discussion as opposed to just say like
it's tough for recruiting because you still have to recruit for positions name unknown, obviously.
yes, but for example, like Nintendo wasn't going like when they were hiring for Breath of the Wild, they were not saying we're looking for auditions for Zelda for the new Zelda game.
Right.
But they would say like we're looking for a character with a minor amount of speaking roles in a open world game. And they wouldn't say who the company is, they wouldn't say what the franchise is, they wouldn't say what the character is. They would say like the genre and the general very very vague descriptors of the character such that if NeoGAF found it, they couldn't point to Zelda has voice acting in the new Zelda game.
Right.
Because that's an announcement that they wanted to make. But if you put the voice actor under NDA first, and then have the conversation...
It would have to be a better NDA than apparently some of these independent devs are under.
Well, yes.
It would
I mean, there are people who need to... There need people who need to work in this industry again.
Well, so the problem, and that's one of the other things. Like, there's all these weird rules about like not blacklisting, but like if you were to really punish somebody for violating the NDA, like then the union's gonna get on you. So it always has to be written in such a way the union's like, no, if they break an NDA, fuck them.
Yeah.
Like, no, you can screw them all you want. Go for it.
Yeah. It's and NDAs. This whole voice acting strike is complicated, but yeah, to sort of summarize, that's. If you were hearing what's going on with like Fire Emblem Warriors and the like, they got as many, to the best of my knowledge, they got as many people to come back as they could.
And that's NDAs is another example where like both sides are gonna have to give something. Like because the union's a union's default position is always go like, well, no, I know somebody did something bad, but we have to protect our people, but like it may have to be like. You're gonna have to like let them dangle. Right.
Yes.
Okay. The best example I have for that actually is I think the NBA PA where like they really wanted steroid testing, and eventually they said like, well, we want the steroid testing to be super like intricate and fair to prevent false positives. And the league said, okay, that's really expensive. But like you're not gonna get in our way. We have to punish somebody for it. And they were like, okay. But if they knew the hits were always legit, like what are they gonna do? Go like, no, we're gonna protect that steroid user. No.
Yeah.
It made the PA not have to take the really unpleasant position of going in front of the cameras and go like, yes, but it's the principle of the thing. In the end, nobody wanted to be the person in front of the camera.
No.
Or going into the courtroom to argue like, well, don't worry. But they couldn't just give in on that issue. So there was that was a weird cycle of negotiating. And then the owners won, and then they got screwed because of the clause they put in, and then they got the new TV contract. It was the dumbest thing. I love and hate it because I hate how bad the players negotiated and still won. Like it's almost like, well, you guys fucked up real bad and still won somehow. I don't know. Part of me is like, what the fuck happened? Why did I lose half a season to this crap? And why is there no skip button? All right, so I've gained 2 levels and I doubled my amount of healable items. So, and I understand how summon works now. So apparently what it is the guy's with me. He's hanging out behind me, but he doesn't jump in on fights unless I explicitly summon him. All right.
Gotcha.
So when this goes on the YouTube, it's gonna be rambling and just like, James, what the fuck's wrong with you, man?
Yes.
I'm actually. I don't know if I was impressed with the difficulty here, but like.
You're impressed that they're willing to go this far? And to make it this difficult?
Yeah, especially in the demo. Like, this is obviously the very beginning of the game.
Yep. Turns out, this is the type of game they're making.
Yeah. I mean, her story couldn't start sooner than it does. Now, it
Pretty
could be that
much.
They've tuned the battle in such a way that it's deliberately to force you to grind. The Bravely Default
Yeah.
first demo did that.
It's true. And the game didn't.
Yeah, the game ramped up a little bit slower.
Moving back real quick, because I still have this open to the list of things from the Direct while you're doing this battle. Any
There's some-
1 to 2 set... 1 to 2
Damn!
sets... Did you die already?
Brother can hit. All right, sorry. What were we
Oh.
saying?
1 to 2 sentences on Snipper Clips DLC/retail release.
I
Snipper
mean,
Clips Plus.
like, I'm trying to remember the name of the developer who made Snipper Clips.
Like SNB or something like that.
Like, there's no way on earth they ever thought they were gonna get that lucky, right?
No, probably not.
Like,
They're getting a full retail package put out by Nintendo
by Nintendo
worldwide.
with push. Like, can you imagine? They're probably still. Oh, my support's gone. He only hangs around.
Isn't it like 5 people in France who were college students when they started the project?
Something like that, yeah. So
Like,
I would imagine
no.
they're probably.
They're rejoicing.
Oh, I have
Popping
a single attack
champagne.
skill.
Awesome.
Whoa!
Skyrim, November 17th. Nintendo
Skyrim.
describes it as a masterpiece.
I mean, in its own way, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so I should. Oh, I need to heal. So if you stack your boost on some of these things, like hard, it really does some damage.
I am ready.
So Dave Matthew says the devs don't know what they're working on either. I absolutely, when we hire contractors, they have a good feel for what they're working on, but yeah, they don't always know all the. If it's a company we're hiring and they're going to provide, they obviously know everything because they need to schedule.
Yeah.
But if it's an individual, we may not give them everything. But for the same reason you mentioned, like we don't want our shit to get leaked out there. That, oh, they're working
Exactly.
on it.
I am ready.
All right, so I'm gonna try to figure out the shield.
Um.
I see. So all right, I get it.
Okay.
So we're gonna walk through the things on screen. He's weak to daggers. His shield means if I hit him 2 more times, he's gonna go into a stun state. Right there. Primrose's boost stats on the top right, the 2 yellow dots. How many times I can boost, and that means basically I use the attack once, twice. So I'm gonna use the spell effectively 3 times to the stack.
Sweet.
Right now he's stunned, so it's gonna do more damage.
Oh, hell yes.
And then I can defend to charge up my boost.
I am ready.
'Cause he's gonna
Oh, there's a, sweet. I just got invited. There's a, on mid-October, there's an event in Madison where it's like a showcase of locally made games. Some games from a studio called Flipfly, who I'm good friends with. Tumbleseed is going to be there. The Moonfields, Kissy Ghost, Takeout, and Jackbox Party Pack 4 are all going to be there.
Are they local?
Chicago, Madison. Madison and Chicago actually share a lot of indie scene.
I am ready.
Like Tumbleseed was made between the 2 cities.
We're gonna waste this. Here we go.
Tumbleseed was programmed and designed in Madison, and like art was done in Chicago. Art and design was awesome. Art and
Welcome
design for
Death
Tumbleseed
Animation
was
is
done in
pretty hot.
Chicago. Awesome. Well, I have it
The
up.
effects in this game are ridiculous.
Again, it's what the studio does. Oh yeah, that's real good.
And like with the lighting swirling based on all the light sources that were coming off of her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good. It took 3 tries,
Woo! Well, you did it.
but I get the combat system now, and I think that was the biggest thing.
Yes. I think your demo's probably over now. For the dancer.
That's good.
So Rocket League is on this list. Why was that in the Direct?
Just a reminder. I
They didn't announce anything. They didn't have a release date. So how did they swing getting a Direct segment to themselves?
I mean, it was pretty quick. It's a name. It's a name. That's what it was.
Guess.
This Direct, the common theme was it's a name. Like go through
Yeah.
the things they talked about. Doom,
Yeah.
Wolfenstein, Rocket
Dragon
League.
Quest. Yeah. Dragon Quest Builders
Quest.
1, 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any thoughts on Dragon
Minecraft.
Quest Builders 1, 2?
It was names. Like this was the names Direct.
Well, yes.
I might do it.
Like, get it?
Yeah.
Okay. That
Like,
is 1 to 2 sentences.
Quite the dancer yourself in the end.
I might. The implication is implicit.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's savage. Savage. All right.
Yeah, LA Noire, you've given your opinion on.
I do wonder, like, if it wasn't the demo, like LA Noire, there'll never be a sequel to LA Noire. Ever.
No, that studio closed the hell down because of working conditions.
Yeah, I mean,
primarily.
He drove them into the ground. But
yep.
The thing about that game, and this is gonna sound terrible, that game doesn't get made unless massive burnout happens. It's too fucking big.
Yeah.
It's doing too much. We talked about this in Final Fantasy VII once, so we said they will never remake Final Fantasy VII. They just can't do it.
Still haven't.
It's true. Technically, right. But it's the same thing here. Like, that game was too big. It was trying to do too much. That team was too small for what it was looking to do.
Oh yeah, no, it's just.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, did it not jump
out? NBA 2K18, EA Sports FIFA 18, and WWE 2K18. Any thoughts on those?
I want more John Cena in a house in the middle of the desert.
Fair enough.
You can't see me.
There's Lost Sphere, which I didn't realize is out in Japan like next month.
Yeah, it is.
Any thoughts on Lost Sphere? January 23rd.
Venturing into the neighborhood region to meet another hero. Oh. What I will say about... Oh! I still have control.
Awesome.
What I would say about Lost Sphere is Square Enix can't release that game in this, like, after this demo.
They are. Sorry.
Like,
different studios.
They can't possibly think this is a positive look for them. All right, did you catch that menu?
I did.
Watch what happens after you save.
Yeah.
Save successful. Yes. Normally you would say okay there.
I appreciate that every single time it pops up a save prompt for you, you always go down and then right back up, and that's happened every single time you've hit a save point in this entire demo.
You know why?
Because Yakuza.
Exactly.
But I just appreciate that you've been doing this for over an hour.
It's Yakuza.
And...
So, I mean, I played 27 hours of Yakuza in the last 7 days.
Yeah, I played probably 18 in 5.
It's and I what's funny is because of time
I
didn't get to watch the dumb video at the end. So like I just beat the boss, and like I've got the PS4 in rest mode.
Oh, good. That dumb video at the end is a dumb video at the end.
Well, yeah, and it's a Yakuza dumb video at the end, so it's probably like 17 hours long.
It's about an hour of ending, yeah.
Yeah, because
maybe a little less.
Zero's is long, but it's not.
No, it's yes. This is
4's is a nightmare. 4's is like
yes.
4's is like you have a week, right?
Yeah. No, this is a little less than an hour if I recall. Yeah, my
effects going on.
I'm like, and I've beaten this game, so I know I'm like 30 to 40 minutes from the end, from fully completing, like saving new game plus save file for Danganronpa V3. But
we just talked about it, and I did it again.
Good. Sonic Forces, join the uprising.
I'm so.
Join the resistance. Join the uprising. They use different words for different press releases.
I want it.
It's $40.
I want it to be decent. I do. I want them to somehow put out a good 2D and 3D Sonic game.
You're funny. You think that might be possible?
I think that'd be a real accomplishment for Sega.
Oh yes, that would be a real accomplishment. It ain't happening.
I'm aware, but I'm just saying.
That game's demo is real bad. They are releasing that game at retail at $40 on Switch, which gives you an idea of how they value that game.
That's what's shocking. But
and with controller skins inside.
what I want more controller skins inside. Yeah, as
Yeah.
Matt points out, the original character Do Not Steal for that game is what
Look, you can make Joker from Persona 5 in that game with the DLC.
yeah.
You can make Joker the Hedgehog.
I'm ready.
That's all I need.
What amuses me more than anything about that is, I assume you're familiar. Damn, I just wrecked that dude. Have you seen? You've seen what is it? The God, what's that thing called? One second. This is really important. I get the naming right.
Should I know if you tell me?
Well, I had the name on the tip of my tongue.
How does the Switch controller skin work? Is it in like 3 parts? Yes, there's 1 part for the left Joy-Con, 1 part for the right Joy-Con, 1 part for the Joy-Con grip, and it looks horrendous.
The Dreams collection.
Oh yes, I've seen this.
Like I want Make My OC like that game has.
Oh, I know.
It's just a random. You just press a button and it randomly inflates.
You know, I bet there's a randomizer, but yes.
Yeah, but there's no way body inflation is a feature of the.
No, there's not. Resident Evil Revelations 1 / Resident Evil Revelations 2 for $40 on November 28th. Thoughts?
40 for the whole package.
40 for the package. This Resident Evil Revelations 1 is on a cartridge. Revelations 2 is 26 gigs on a download code.
The Switch's storage situation is so fun. I love that.
They couldn't fit both games onto a 32 gig cart.
That people are almost certainly buying it for on there.
Revelations 1, you mean?
The one that
Revelations 1 is the one that people are buying it for, and it is on a cartridge.
Is too bad?
2 was not received anywhere near as well. It's not bad, but I've
never played
it's average.
2. I played 1 on
Matt
3DS.
Walker's Resident Evil Revelations 2.
He probably would not appreciate his name being tied to that game.
No, he
That way.
Nope. No, he was producer of that game.
Was he really?
He was the yeah, and he pushed for the episodic release, if I recall. Or I don't know if he pushed for it, he defended it pretty strongly, even off the record.
What I'm trying to figure out what I want to say about Matt. Matt's awesome.
I'm ready.
He is awesome.
Like, first and foremost, Matt is awesome.
He works at Capcom for people who don't know.
Yeah. He actually, so when Carly and I went to Japan, we met up with him for lunch outside a place that they go to. Apparently, is popular on the Capcom staff.
Yes.
And so he missed me yell at their building. Besides that, I mean, they know. Like, they know.
Yes.
They're not.
No. Yes, I've had.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes. I've seen. Let me. He's not my only contact at Capcom, but I will say. Yes, yes. You can't go past that in the demo version.
He's pretty up there.
Yes, but so I will say, I am especially not to incriminate someone we just named. I've spoken. I have about 5 or 6 contacts at Capcom Japan, and all of them are fully. Anything you're about to say about Capcom, all of them are fully aware, with the exception of. The one thing that none of them know about is how the hell they keep managing to misspell their company name in different ways every time. No one is able to tell me how every single time it's a different misspelling.
So like one of the things I won't.
Capcom.
I basically won't report on any Capcom related rumors because Matt's relationship with Nintendo World Report is known.
Yes.
Okay, this is where they wanted me to go. Because I mean, he used to write for us. He was on one of our podcasts. Like.
Yes.
And even though we won't have gotten the source from him, because I know better than to ask, because like that would be incredibly irresponsible of me to ask him when that relationship is so well known.
Yes.
Even though I would never do it, like even reporting on that stuff, obviously first suspicion is gonna go on.
I'm ready.
But that is the one thing I've asked him about.
is why it's name why they script the names every time?
It was. I asked about Revelations.
Oh yes, Revelatons.
I was like, how did this happen?
Uh huh.
And
Oh. You go.
The answer was basically was shock. Like he hadn't seen it, I guess.
Yeah.
And then just like,
I asked him on the record about why the among other questions, why the Japanese page for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is advertising the character Flank West.
he's a steak.
And you know, Flank East if you're playing Dead Rising 4. No, Hank.
Oh,
Flank. Because it's Hank West. That's right. That's what it is.
I just got pounded.
Yes, I'm about to see.
Wipe out.
See ya. No, his response was basically like, because they think that it's easier for a Japanese audience to read the incorrect English than it would be for them to read the correct English.
But that doesn't make sense.
No, but I don't know.
R is a letter they can handle. L's the one that fucks them up.
I don't know. Flank West. So I asked him on the record about that. I think that was a public tweet exchange that you can go find somewhere if you really care. Yes, no, Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2, $40 on
red
Switch.
wall enemies. What's going on here?
I'll see you in a few seconds.
Wow.
Let me see here. I was surprised Morphe's Law got another segment.
I thought maybe it was coming out sooner than that or something.
Yeah, no. Me too. Yeah, Arena of Valor, you know.
The fact it's Tencent is
like Chinese lawmakers recently were looking at outlawing it in China because they thought it might be too addictive. Like, it is the #1 game in China right now.
Yes.
Just like hands down. And the fact that it's coming to Switch at the height of its popularity is interesting because of how Tencent is apparently viewing the Switch as a very viable platform for their kinds of games.
Well, damn, girl, blew them up. One of the things that they need is they need to decide if they want to exist in that market. Because right now they effectively don't exist in that market. Nintendo.
Yes.
You can buy it. You can buy it in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
But those just Japanese releases, right? There's no CN localization.
No, there's CN localizations for some of it.
Really?
And sorry, they all run in English.
Yeah,
that's right. It's all using the NOA localizations.
All right, this thing beat the crap out of me last time. We're just gonna run away. Okay, that makes more sense. Because
right.
I mean, in Hong Kong you can get away with that.
Yeah, that's right. The IQ 3DS. If you buy the IQ 3DS, like you can import, because there was a time that they got designs for the IQ 3DS that weren't on the Nintendo 3DS, but it was NOA region locked and it was NOA games.
Gotcha. Yeah, because you can get away with that in Hong Kong, and you can probably get away with it to some degree in Macau.
Yes.
But you know,
yes.
In China proper, like you can't just release the thing in English and go like, yeah, you guys will figure it out, right?
Yeah, you're right. Let me. Yeah. So then an indie segment was just a recap of their presentation from PAX.
Oh, let's see. The shield only the shield only takes damage on their elemental weaknesses. So this guy's weak to dark. So it took damage when I used the dark skill. But the other one isn't weak to dark, so he shields didn't until I hit him with the dagger, which is. This thing's got layers.
Yeah.
But I can keep this enemy in perpetual stun because I can just break his shield every time.
Yes. Next game. I hate this. I need 1 to 4. Yeah.
I just catch up on the chat. Yeah. Well, yeah. W. Matthew. Nobody making fighting games was happy to see Dragon Ball FighterZ show up. Like nobody saw that game and said, "Oh, I'm glad this is here." They saw it and went, "Oh shit."
And we discussed this the last stream
Yeah.
that we did
Philip's
together.
bringing up a boy, done a father in the house. Okay.
So
Where is Philip?
Well met.
this is the second. This next game is the second time I've said this in the last 3 days. Or something. I'm going to say Mario Party the top 100.
Was that?
Which
Oh, that.
yeah, Mario Party the top 100,
So-
which the website describes as the ultimate Mario Party. This is the second time in 2 or 3 days where I've had to remind people ultimate means last.
So really quick, can you explain that thing to me a little bit? Because I
Sure.
is
Were
it
you not
actually got
fully-
stages or is it just mini games?
There is board game play.
Okay, that's the part they didn't show that in
They did not show it. The website explicitly says one of the things it says is speed things up with simple minigame instructions and a favorites option for quick selection. You can even set the number of turns for board game play, which
I did it again.
is notable because they haven't done that since 8.
Yeah, so I thought, well, because once it gets to 9, things get weird.
Yes, and then the handheld games didn't typically work on the 50-turn structure. Typically, like Island Tour and Star Rush, which was last year's Mario Party for 3DS.
Oh, hey, I've seen this sprite before. He was in one of the other trailers. Over, you'll be free to recruit any of the 8 protagonists anytime you like.
Awesome.
You're the warrior. Oh, it's Ulbrich.
So, yes, top 100 minigames. There isn't a good minigame in Mario Party. So here's the ones they've announced: Bumper Balls.
You know what this is reminding me of? This is reminding me of the seventh saga, where I picked one of the characters, but
Yeah, that's the second definition, chat. The primary definition of ultimate means last.
this is like 7th saga. That's pretty cool.
So James, want to know what some of the other top 100 Mario Party minigames of all time are?
Sure.
If you've seen the Mario Party parties, these will all ring a bell. There's the one where bombs go back and forth on a conveyor belt, so you and a partner run up and down and hit the A button to send them back.
Yeah.
There's the one where it's 2-on-2, and you guys just lay down and eat pizza and remove all the pixels from your side of the plate.
Read the text that's up on the screen right now. It's up on the.
I should seek out out another. Yes.
No, this person is not like to accept my challenge. I should seek out another. All right.
Which is correct. It's just not something people say.
No.
There's the one about bowling through Goombas.
Yeah, well, that one's not terrible.
There's no, because they've made a bowling game that takes 10 seconds. There's oh no, I don't remember this one. They're kicking soccer balls at a goalie. I don't know.
Me too.
I don't remember this one either. They're just running. One giant player's running around chasing 3 normal-sized players, which is a lot of Mario Party minigames.
Oh, I see. Positioned those so he would have.
And then a minigame where 2 players try to ground pound simultaneously against 2 other characters, which is another like 5 different minigames from the series. Anyways, Mario Party has never had good minigames, so saying that you got the 100 best,
I
like...
know Mario Party has had some good minigames, but in general they are not.
How about you?
This is an argument I would fight you. I would fight against. Anyways, Curry Battle Royale. Again, it's not shipping this calendar year in America, even though it's shipping this calendar year in all the other territories, and it's the 25th anniversary game. So, question. Layton's Mystery Journey got a short segment.
It did.
October 6th, $40.
I like that their sell on it was, and maybe solve the mystery. It's like, oh.
Yeah, maybe they're setting up for something, like a sequel.
It's like.
Anyway.
It's like, don't sell it to me as, hey, play this mystery game. You might get to solve the mystery. Like, that's kind of
Yes.
like.
Launching on the same day, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions.
Which I've never actually played Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga.
It's all right.
In fact,
It's one of the better ones if you are feeling like you want to go back to that series. But I've played the two other 3DS ones.
Here's my dark admission. I've never played any of those games, really.
Just play Bowser's Inside Story. That's the best one, and that's the only one that you need to play. It holds up. It's on DS, but it holds up better than any of the other games. And that is the popular opinion. That's not just Seren having her taste in video games. The popular opinion is that it's by far the best. Don will try and argue partners in time. He's wrong.
I'm trying to think what the fuck this person. There are safe people everywhere. I keep doing it.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this game for a minute. Have you played the demo yet?
Octopath Traveler, no.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, it is.
I've
been watching it.
I'm about to get my face kicked in by going into this cave, though.
Well, we'll see. Save beforehand,
wow.
obviously.
Look at the cave when we get in here. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Like
game looks gorgeous.
When they showed this game the first time, I wasn't sure if I liked how it looked or hated it.
But now you know you love it.
Yeah. And I remember when alright,
HD2D for the win.
That's awful. That's an awful.
Yep.
That people should be ashamed of themselves. Ashamed of thoughts and deeds. When they showed one of the things they showed on this game that I thought was really interesting was like trying to finish the thought here, but also figure out what I want to do on this next turn. It's reminding me of when they first showed Bravely Default and the demo came out. I remember RFN, we talked about like, oh my god, this game's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sure is like that.
I'm kind of shocked it's Switch only. I don't know, maybe there's a reason it's Switch only. Just saying. Quite possibly.
Or maybe not explicitly money hats, maybe some other kind of dealing.
Yeah. You know, there's plenty of reasons that they might sign a deal that results in this game only coming to one platform at first. Do you remember that Yokai Watch 2 was getting a third version?
I did.
Why are the other versions getting a patch?
Look at this big dude here. I think I would guess the Japanese versions got that patch at the same time originally.
Nope.
Is that patch available in the Japanese version?
I'm pretty sure it isn't.
Is it going to be afterwards?
There was a Yokai Watch patch segment in the Japanese Direct, but that was about Yokai Watch Busters 2.
Buster!
I don't know.
I don't know. The whole thing is curious to me. Anyways, screw Yokai Watch 3 because we're gonna we could only release one new Yokai Watch product a year. And so this year, it is the third version of last year's game, which is now 2-3 years ago in Japan. Excellent.
At least. It's probably closer to
4. No, 4 is about Yokai Watch 1. Minecraft New Nintendo 3DS Edition.
I was kind of shocked about that.
I laughed so hard when So, full disclosure, I can say this now. 2-ish days ago, I received almost every single piece of information that was going to be in all Regions Directs. And I saw this on the list, and I fell out of my chair laughing. Because I'm like, 6 holidays. It took this system 6 holidays to get.
Time
this
to
is
Minecraft,
a
6 holidays?
Yeah. Time to Minecraft on Switch, a couple months. On Wii U, like 2-3 years. 3DS, 6 holidays. And they got Other Ocean to go make it.
I'm trying to remember, what have they done?
Other Ocean? Like IDARB?
Oh yeah,
like
the name was there.
that's Mike Micah That's Mike Micah's studio.
And I was trying to place the name. I was like, the name's there. What are they tied to? God, that's weird. That makes it even weirder, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's also single player only right now. They're adding multiplayer in a patch down the line.
I guess is this running Unity?
Well met.
Is what running Unity?
Or is this running some custom thing? Minecraft.
Minecraft? Oh, I didn't know what this was.
Sorry.
It's custom.
Wow. Because I mean, it's obviously not running their normal rendering engine.
No, totally not. It's totally different. Yeah, no. Minecraft is ground up. They apparently been working on it for a couple years, and it was ready to ship. Requires the power of the new 3DS. Uses the C-Stick. Multiplayer coming later. $30 out today.
How am I liking OPT? It's fun. I got my face beat in pretty good earlier, but I'm learning more about the game and its battle system, and I like that they didn't bother just tutorializing it. I'm sure they'll tutorialize the shit out of it when the game comes out. It's gorgeous. The music is Epicurean. Like, it's too much. The game is pretty. I don't know if conservative is the word I want. I mean, it's not reaching for the stars gameplay wise.
No, it's traditional. Maybe instead of conservative.
Yeah, but like, I mean, even then you're moving towards like, basically the same terminology. It's what it's seeking to do is almost not. I mean, it's very much like Bravely Default. To the point, some of the mechanics are similar. It's taking the cues from games that are 20 plus years old, putting this kind of like weird representative visuals on top of it to make you to remind you of those games. Because Bravely Default did it with like the 2D background that were in the environment. And this is
like the portrait.
Yeah, or like the game world with the pop-up book.
The show is over.
This is obviously pulling a similar stunt, but with a different approach.
Yes.
And very traditionalist games combat, but they put some other stuff on top of it. In this case, it's the boost, and the fact that she can charm people to join the party temporarily, and all that stuff.
Yes.
The game feels a bit, at least the demo feels a bit meandering.
I am ready.
And of course, it's the demo, but like some degree of like, it told me to go here and meet this guy, and I could add him to the party, and I did. And I guess that's it. I guess it's really just like I can explore this cave and explore the desert in the immediate vicinity of this area. And then I'm pretty much out of game mode to explore in the demo. But of course there's the other character in the demo too. Yeah, but like the realization that this is 7th Saga. That's what this is. This is a modern 7th Saga.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Like, 'cause I besides that game got a Japan only series, wasn't it? There was more than one game.
I'm pretty sure. Yep.
But that's it. Like that's the end of that series. I like it because one of the things when I played that game, I played it probably in my late teens, so late, obviously. But I liked that the game wasn't super long, but you got to see the story from a bunch of different perspectives because of how it was structured. Oh, that's pretty cool. His AoE sword skill breaks the shields on everybody.
Awesome. So question for you. Speaking of traditionalist RPGs,
yeah,
we've got the Atlas Quadrilogy.
Yeah, one of them's not even an Atlas game.
Not
Alive.
Alliance Alive, which is Atlas Publishing. It's by the team. It's by Furyu. Yes. Yes, but it is Atlas in the West, Atlas USA.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Alliance Alive?
Like when it was announced, I thought it looked really cool. I was interested in what it was going to be. Their last game, which name is
Legend of Legacy.
Yeah, like I don't know if I liked Legend of Legacy or not.
It's very much a game that's there.
Yeah, like it's too long. It's the map navigation sucks and getting around sucks and all that.
It was fun for the first 30 minutes.
I gave it more time than that. I mean,
Well,
like, I
no,
was ready
not
for it to-
not the game, but like the map navigation specifically.
Oh, yeah. I was ready for that game to be done.
The
about
game stayed fun.
10 hours before it was.
Yes.
What I will say about it though is that it's gorgeous. Like
Yeah. So is the Alliance Alive.
oh yeah, it's
I'm ready.
and like I would hope that I mean that wasn't Furyu's first game, but it was their first one like this. I'm hopeful that maybe they gained some knowledge out of that game that makes this one better.
Yeah. Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology.
I was stridently refusing to buy that game because of how much they animated up.
$40 for that launch edition.
Well, I saw the launch edition too. I was like,
That launch edition.
I as is well known, I love Radiant Historia.
Oh yeah. Here's exclusive art book, a decal set that features some key figures from the game, such as the Stoic, Alistelle, and Stock, faithful confidants Rainey and Marco, and the toughest nails Roche, and other familiar faces. So it is the art book, and it is the stickers, and the big box for no extra cost, and it doesn't have the quote-unquote Atlas tax, because cartridge prices have gone down.
Yeah, it's so if you've never played Radiant Historia, like
Do it.
do it. Now, granted,
Don't say too much about it, James.
no, well,
Don't
hold
say
on.
too much about it.
No, that's not what I was gonna say. What
Yeah.
what I will say is I don't know if they've done any sanding down some of the rough edges.
Besides adding new story content, redesigned character art, more difficulty settings, 5 new tracks from the
Well,
original
pause.
composer.
That was the line already. More difficulty settings
Yes.
because I'm sure if you followed this game at all, you've heard the complaint of just like, what the fuck, game?
It adds one harder difficulty and one easier difficulty.
Yeah, that's probably right.
That's because it's out in Japan, so like all the information is known.
Yeah, the game's not like impossible, but some of the just regular normal fights are absolute brutality.
Yes.
And for no reason, like, they didn't need. They're that way to the point of just being mean. Like
Yes.
there are some fights that are just mean. Like the game is being mean to you, and I don't understand why it's set up that way. Like you'll come out of a boss fight and you'll get hit by what is effectively a random battle, and just immediately get your face kicked in because you're not in any position to deal with that fight, and they've max statted your opponents and they're like stacked 5 deep.
Yeah, that game can be a dick to you sometimes, but I don't know. I've heard nothing but good things about the balance in this new version. Up next game, Entry in Odyssey 5 Beyond the Myth has a demo out now.
Yeah, I was gonna pick that up, and then they announced this game also had a demo out now, and I'm like, well, F that.
Well, you can get that demo as well. That demo ain't going anywhere.
No, it's not.
But Entry in Odyssey 5, second to last game that team is making for 3DS. They've announced they're making one more game for the 3DS that uses the touchscreen, and that'll be their swan song.
What do you think they do after this?
Oh, and that's excluding Persona Q2, which is also them, but that's a collaboration. They mean one more, like, core Etrian game.
Oh, is it announced?
They've talked about the fact that they're making one. Whether that's going to be Etrian Odyssey 3 Untold or Etrian Odyssey 6.
Yeah, I would assume it's AO. Or EOU, whatever the terminology.
Yeah.
Shit.
AO is adults only, which I was really confused. I was trying to work through my mind what you were. You're hoping it's banned on Twitch, is what you're saying.
I mean, it being on 3DS helps.
And then last one.
Okay, I didn't.
Shin Megami Tensei: Strange Journey Redux, which they didn't announce anything during the direct, but they just tied it in because they were talking about 3 other games that had news.
Yeah.
There's no news for that one. Like the other 3 games, there was news like demo available. Here's launch edition, new localization announcement. That game, they're just like, I don't know. It hasn't been in a Western direct, so I guess.
I would like to see. I think I want it to be EO3. just because they, it would make
That's 7 years old or 8 years old in Japan.
well, it would make all of the Etrian Odyssey games available on 3DS as well.
Yeah, it would.
Like,
Which
close the loop on the series right there.
yeah, I can imagine, and then put out PQ2, and then call it for the system.
I would say call it for the series. Kill the
Well,
name.
yes.
Pull a Mega Man Star Force. Mega Man Star Force isn't. It's still in the chronology of Mega Man Battle Network. It still plays like Mega Man Battle Network, but it's not.
But it's not Battle Network. Yeah, I can see that. And then that's everything from from North America. Japan had Dragon Quest X All-in-One, and a Fantasy Star Online 2 got announced.
I'm so mad.
It's a region-free system, except that game is IP locked.
Yes, I'm aware. That's why I'm mad.
They announced a new Dillon's Rolling Eastern, which I'm calling it because it hasn't been announced for the West yet.
Well, no, they didn't call it. They didn't call it Dylan. What'd they call it? The name's amazing.
I'm not touching this.
Say it. It's
I
great.
know. I know.
Put it in chat.
No, you do it.
It's such.
You say it.
It's such a good name.
Then say it. Fine.
Exactly right.
Go for it.
I'm exactly right.
You probably do.
Ah.
Oh, Nintendo sent me a line. What does Kanopio-kun say? Watch the direct. Thanks,
So,
Kanopio-kun.
the name of the game. The name of the game that we haven't gotten. The Dead Heat Breakers.
Yes.
Oh, it's so good. It's so fucking good. Like, why did they call it that?
I
Why is
don't
it called that at
know.
all? Why can you make your original character do not steal in the Dylan Roland Western universe?
I don't know, but sup. The Dead Heat Breakers. Nintendo is...
That amuses me.
Yes, there were from what I knew about the direct going in, I knew pretty much everything. The things from all regions. The things I didn't know. You sure this version is IP locked? It's streamed, isn't it? I'd like DQ 10 on 3DS that is not IP locked. The PS4 version of PSO2 is IP locked.
The PC version was.
Yeah, but like the PS4 version is, so I would assume the Switch version is as well.
To do it on PC, you have to do some kind of weird nonsense. Like there's tutorials.
Yeah, you have to connect. Yeah, you have to connect through a different port to a localized sub server or something like that. It's ridiculous.
Like, do you have any clue for what the reasoning is?
Yeah, they have a different server for Korea.
No, like why Sega is strident that game exists only in 2 places?
Because it's a fucking lot of work to localize.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
It's like I've heard this story told from over a dozen different people over the years. That game isn't coming over because it is. Yeah, it's a very, very expensive to localize. You have to keep a team on it because they keep adding new content constantly. They would need to open up tons and tons and tons and tons of new servers for North America and Europe, and they don't anticipate the money needed to keep a team on it.
So I guess the question I would ask then is like, did they build this game and ever have any
I am ready.
They announced it coming over. They intended for it to come over.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
They started working on it. 3DS version of PSO2 is not... There isn't a 3DS version of PSO2.
That you know of.
Oh, sorry. But that's true for PS4 Switch versions of DQ10 as well. Yeah, because the 3DS is region locked. I don't know about... Yeah, DQ10 is IP locked on region-free systems like PS4 and Switch, but it is not IP locked on 3DS, which is region locked.
Right.
Therefore,
You can't-
yeah, I would assume that since these PS4, a region-free system, has a IP-locked version of PSO2, that the Switch, a region-free system, will have an IP-locked version of
It'll
PSO2.
be IP locked. Because, I mean,
Yes.
even the PC is IP locked. It'll be IP locked.
Exactly.
Well,
Yes. Sorry.
sucks,
Like
'cause, like-
you can tunnel through a VPN if it's really that important to you that you play outside of the country of Japan on a Switch. But
I mean, that's what you're going to be doing no matter how you play it.
exactly.
It does suck though that they haven't been able or even found a partner to localize it. But
Yes. So here's
I bet I can take this thing now.
I'm ready.
here's the Doom content. So it has all DLC. It has all previous updates.
Okay.
The it multiplayer is a free download. It's not on the cart, which is how they're getting it onto a cartridge.
Okay.
The only thing it lacks is Snap Map.
Is what?
Snap Map, which is the level editor.
Right.
That is the only thing it lacks, but other than that, it has everything.
Damn. Okay, that's not
Cool.
terrible.
No, it's again like they also straight up had to make decisions to get that thing on a cartridge.
Right.
So like the fact that multiplayer is it's a separate download, sure. Also, you're buying that game for the single player,
Yeah.
pretty much. That game
Especially on Switch.
yes, like that game's single player is the reason to buy it on PC and is the reason to buy it on PS4, Xbox One.
This demo is like the story obviously has ended. And
Yes,
now
but
it's
it
just
has a lot of content.
Now it's like just wander around. I would assume
But-
because the other character's story takes place in this sector.
Yes. No, just to go back to
far
what I was
as I can
saying like 10, 15 minutes ago before we got extremely sidetracked. The only things I didn't know from any of the regions were, yeah, PSO2, Dylan's, and then... because everyone redacted it from everything that they shared with me. Every single person independently redacted this information. I did not know about the new Style Savvy game before today. Everyone redacted that, so I would be surprised. Style Savvy 4. Girls Mode 4, New Style Boutique 3.
That's is it actually like some Game Boy Advance bullshit naming convention?
In Europe, the DS game was Style Boutique. The first 3DS game was New Style Boutique, and then the third game was New Style Boutique 2. So the game is now New Style Boutique 3. It is. Look, I don't.
That is
I don't.
inexcusably
It's
bad.
also Nintendo presents ... New Style Boutique 3. So they're going for everything.
They should reboot the series with a new on the end of it, so it's new Nintendo Presents.
God damn it! No, like they're going for every tear.
Style Boutique 3.
Oh
The
no!
restyling.
I am putting the box art / key image into the Twitch chat for the Japanese version. I want the chat to tell me if the character on this is licking the jewelry or not,
Oh, don't.
because I can't tell. No, look at it. Like I can't tell if she's licking it or not.
Yeah, her tongue's out.
Her mouth is open. I don't know if her tongue is out.
It looks like it's out.
But
the weird like, I would say circa mid '90s anime style they use for this game is kind of.
I mean that's just the key art. Like everything else is same art style.
It's like weird.
This game, I did not know.
Very weird random.
Yeah, W. Matthews says, yes, she is. Oh, Langoloid says it must be tasty. Here's the thing. I didn't know this game exists. Top most anticipated game of the year, next to Mario, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and Fire Emblem Warriors. It is I want this game so badly.
Whatever
I
makes you happy.
I literally shed a tear when this game was announced.
So whatever makes you happy, you know?
I am... Style Savvy is one of my favorite franchises.
Oh, I know.
And when it was announced, apparently Don screamed when it was announced, but he got to see it live because he was watching the European Direct. James dying PC voice distortion, says Meower.
Neat. I like it.
But, like, he was watching the European Direct. I found out on Twitter, which, like, are you kidding me? But then it was on Twitter, and then it showed, right after I saw it on Twitter, it showed the list of remaining headlines, and there were only 2 left, and it was going to be in neither of those.
Right.
And I just felt myself get so crushed for a few seconds. Because I also...
Here in forever, so like...
No, they released the 3rd game here last year.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, the 3rd game... Okay, so Style Savvy Fashion Forward...
Oh, I've done it now.
Was... Well, no, this is real brief. It was early fall in 2015 in Japan. It was late fall 2015 in Europe. And it was fall 2016 in America. They waited a full year and they released it on the same day as Federation Force and they didn't advertise it.
Oh, that's right.
But it totally...
Federation Force part now.
Yes, but it totally came out It totally came out here. I am friends with... For other reasons, I'm friends with these people. But in my real day-to-day life, I am friends with 3 people who are also diehard Style Savvy fans who bought multiple copies each of Style Savvy Fashion Forward to try and bump up the sales numbers. I didn't. I have 3 copies of that game that I bought. 1 Japan, 1 Europe, 1... Because I bought it in Japan because it was only announced in Japan at first, and then it was announced for Europe. And I bought a new Nintendo 3DS XL from Australia so I could play that game. Because I had a European 2DS, but I wanted to play it in 3D in English, and I wanted to use Amiibo for the English version of the game. And then I bought it in America to support it. So I have 3 copies of the 3rd game. I only have 2 copies of the 2nd game, and 1 copy of the 1st.
This is what we get, chat.
So what I need is I need 4 copies of this game now.
Chat, help me.
I can't speak to the North American version. As predicted, I immediately jumped on every single contact I might know who might know something about the North American version, but I can't say anything.
You didn't press down this time.
You didn't. M. Schultz, did they announce if you can dress men again? Implication is you can't dress men. Still, that was in the 2nd game and not in the 3rd. They took the feature out.
So I haven't challenged anybody to a duel yet. I was nervous about doing it, so I think we'll end the demo with me going and finding somebody in the wilderness to challenge to a duel. I don't want to do it in the middle of town because I can't have any witnesses.
Gotcha.
Because I've grounded these characters up pretty good, and I'm probably going to murder somebody in that village. So let's go.
Meower says chat can't stop bad decisions.
Chat can.
No.
I mean, you're right.
No, chat can't stop bad decisions. Here's the thing. People look at me
Stop.
Well, the new game doesn't have 3D. That's not true. Doesn't it say playable in 2D, some portions playable in 3D? Thought it did. Anyway.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if it turns out they took 3D out of this thing.
I wouldn't be shocked, but the 3D was really, really, really nice. Especially with the photo mode. But no, like, here's the thing. People, I don't know. People judge me for liking Style Savvy. People judge me for liking femme things in general. Like, I don't know. Like, a lot of times people are like, oh, Seren is, just one of the guys, except, she's a she. Except, like, no, sup. Not only is this a really awesome, like, management sim / mini RPG / adventure game with, like, a full narrative run-through, like, it has a story mode and everything, and, like, memorable, well-written characters, it's also just a really cool fashion game that's really, really well done, and my favorite fashion game like my favorite fashion games. But then now like this game, like I don't know, like the announcements make me super excited, like because all the NPCs have their own stories, and there's like hundreds and hundreds of NPCs in all these games. In this one, you can. It never says that on EU versions. Oh, that fucking sucks. Okay, I can stomach not having 3D, but that's unfortunate. Especially after beating Metroid, I'm like, yeah, I fucking love the 3D. It's listed in the as no 3D, so no 3D. Shit.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. But like the big selling point of this game is that you actually, with every single one of these hundreds of characters, you can interact with, like, you can shape their story, and like they all have a bunch of different outcomes for like how their story can conclude. And the fact that there's hundreds of NPCs that you go to the shop, you can do makeover stuff, and then like go out into the cafe and like hear their story and help them, and like they all have different paths for all their stories. Like that's really, really awesome. Plus, also you can paint nails now. Did the last one sell well in the U.S.? Don't laugh. Did the last one sell well in the U.S.?
I can laugh.
Hell no, it did not sell well in the U.S. Guess what? It launched the same day as Federation Force, and they didn't market either of those fuckers. They kind of tried with Federation Force at first, and then all y'all decided that it was a bad game a year before it came out. Turns out that was a really good game.
That route. So there's nobody over here I can beat up. Beating up is my ticket out of the stream. So I need to go find somebody to beat. So I might have to do it in town.
Yeah. Turns out Federation Force, good Metroid game. And then 13 months later, another good Metroid game with Samus Returns. Anyways, there's your reasoning for it not being released here. No, that's actually it. There's more nuance. I just can't get into it because it's not my announcement to make. But
I'm gonna see if I can summon another character while I've got somebody else in the party. Oh, I can't. Okay.
I'm not looking for a reason why it's not announced here. I've spoken with multiple separate people who would be fully aware of the situation and gotten a sense for the situation. No.
One thing I will say this game needs, and hopefully the survey actually has some value and they actually are using it, is these maps, because of the art style, can actually be kind of hard to read.
Yeah. No, Nintendo's not done with 3D at last. Nintendo is no longer mandating 3D. That's the difference. It's like Metroid looks almost like significantly better in 3D than it does in 2D. And that's it's a second party game, but so are Kirby and Style Savvy and Fire Emblem Warriors. And Superstar Saga. All of those are second party games.
Nintendo internally is focusing more on boosting out these games than they were before, and that means 3D is one of the first things they cut.
Yeah, like that. Yes, like they're not devoting the budgets because getting it in 3D does mean you're running at double the frame rate on the top screen. Like I've Got to Run Complete Edition was running at 60 on the top screen and 60 on the bottom, which means it's running at 180 frames per second in 3D. Because that's 60 for the left eye and 60 for the right eye. I didn't make them operate independently because, like, some games do that, but that doesn't work for a game that's in constant motion.
So let's see if outside town, right here, we can murk some dude.
But, like, I don't know. They're, like, you ask Nintendo straight up, like, you could go up to them and ask, are you done with the 3D feature? And they'll give you what you might take as a PR answer of like it's different from game to game, but the answer is going to be, yo, it's like it really is game to game.
Yeah, they don't have any compunction against sacrificing it for the game.
Is Nintendo still developing internally 3DS games? None that are announced. That's all I can say. Didn't think the 3DS was even capable of 100 frames per second. I mean, it's producing 3 projections. It's producing a projection for the bottom screen and 2 for the top screen if you're running in 3D, which is why sometimes a game will run at 60 and then you'll turn it into 3D and it'll go into 30 because it's at that point it's just running 30 frames per second on each eye. So for Xbox One Complete Edition, it still runs at 60 in 3D, which means that's 120 frames per second being rendered for the top screen, and then the bottom screen is also running at 60. So 120 plus 60 is 180.
Using boost is kind of absurd.
And by the way, that was a really impressive technological feat to run 60 in all viewports on the 3DS, given the 3DS's power, which is really next to nothing.
Can I invite this person?
Even that sushi game doesn't have. The sushi game doesn't have 3D. Doesn't the sushi game take place on the bottom screen for the most part? Isn't that where all the gameplay is? There's really no point. There's really no point in having 3D if your game primarily takes place on the bottom.
We're gonna do it. Can I beat up this poor soldier for no good reason?
Right. Challenge.
A battle fair and square. It's 3 against 1. Very fair. Very square. Oh no! It's 1-on-1 for the duels.
Awesome.
This is about to go real bad for me, isn't it?
Oh, I bet it is. I totally bet it is.
I'm way over leveled though, so it may not matter.
But yeah, no, I don't know. They're not done with 3D, like as a mandate. They just are not mandating it. Like Miitopia came out last year. That was internally developed and that had 3D. Hey, Pikmin didn't have 3D. That was internally developed, but that was second party. But that's primarily the primary form of input is stylus on the bottom screen, or like stylus and circle pad on the bottom screen.
I would guess they've gone from the default being, well, yeah, of course it's got 3D in it, to
does 3D benefit?
Yeah. Is 3D worth the cost?
Or is it negligible?
Right.
Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon only supports 3D in the camera mode, in like the photo modes. Like even in battles in Sun Moon, they took the 3D out, which is weird because the new 3DS could have supported that if they put the effort in. Metroid is probably the last 3D game. I would say you're wrong, but I would also say that
killed that dude.
3DS. If you listen to Nintendo, the 3DS has at least 15 months left of life in it.
Yeah, but what that life means? You know, does it mean like reissues of games that came out a while ago? Does it mean like?
I don't know. This holiday looks better than I thought it did a couple months ago.
That was a fine fight. You have my thanks.
Yeah, like this holiday looks pretty solid.
This is kind of messed up. This is kind of messed up what we're doing right here.
Yeah.
He's just passed out on the ground. We're just gonna leave him. Peace out. I'm gonna find a save point. We're gonna call it. I'm gonna run the other demo myself.
Fair enough.
Because
yeah, that guy is fucking dead.
No, he's fine. He's fine. He'll be okay.
But
yeah, no. In the middle of the wilderness, he's probably gonna die. But we didn't kill him. That's the important part.
Yeah, I don't know. I will say it is a surprise that Sin Sophia isn't making Style Savvy in 3D.
I know.
Style Savvy in 3D. No, I mean, look, they're not gonna go back. They're not gonna go back to making wrestling games.
That is the craziest fucking transformation for a company.
Look, Sin Sophia is a go read the Iwata Asks. They talk about it. Like the Iwata Asks on both Style Savvy games. Like Iwata-san straight up brings up the transformation of Aki to Sin Sophia and what Sin Sophia does and why it exists, and what the concept behind the Style Savvy games are, and guess what? They conveyed that really well, which is we're gonna make a game that is more than just a quote-unquote game for girls. And they're amazing. Excuse me, amazing pieces of software.
All that being said, it's still crazy. Like you would
Again,
never
I agree.
made. You would like 1999. Hey, what do you think Aki will be making in 10 years?
Fashion games for Nintendo.
Yeah, nobody would. They wouldn't have guessed that. They would have gone
Fashion games
like,
for a Nintendo handheld.
They would have been going like, man, I hope the NJPW takes off so we can make a wrestling game for that then gets reskinned for the WWF in North America. This track screen's pretty good too.
It is. My favorite thing is that people are. I've seen people hypothesize about an N64 Classic and like, how are you going to get the Aki wrestling games in? Like, could you just remove the likenesses and like ROM hack the likenesses out? And so I was just like, how do you go through Aki? And it's back in my head thinking, because they work with Aki every day.
Yeah,
like
because
they wouldn't do it, but not having contact with Aki is not actually the problem.
Well, and the thing is, the individual licenses in wrestling are negotiated in such a way that like the organization maintains them to some degree of perpetuity, so that they could still work them out.
They could. It's just is that worth it to put a wrestling game on the N64
No, I mean,
Classic? To Nintendo, no.
To Nintendo, no. It is a core piece of the system's library.
Yeah, no, totally. But like, guess what? The N64 Classic, maybe not that appealing a package for a lot of people.
No, I think it's more appealing in theory than it is in practice.
Yeah, and a lot of people are like, well, just get Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, GoldenEye, and Perfect Dark. I'm like, well, two of those games immediately you can't have.
Nope.
And then
I would think you'd want more variety than that. I would think you'd want something that's
exactly. And like, well, Super Mario 64, Star Fox 64. I'm like, okay, and like, well, the two Zeldas, yeah. And then like they get like 8 games in, and then they get stuck.
I mean, you could make it. It's just
like look at the N64 Virtual Consoles, and you'll start to understand.
Yeah, I mean, there's enough games that they could make the list. It's just
look at the games that are on they're willing to put on the /able to put on the Virtual Consoles. I say consoles because there are some Wii U games not on Wii and Wii games that aren't on Wii U.
Right.
But I mean, like Donkey Kong 64 was only on Wii U. But
yeah, I mean that could go on there. You could put My Beloved on there.
No, you couldn't.
Like there's a handful of games. I mean, you could get the 12 to 15 games.
Yeah, and then you're packaging the N64 like full size, very large controller.
Things start to get weird pretty quickly. But yeah, I mean,
and then you have that very large controller with a cable that the controller will probably be larger than.
You could do it. My point is that it's tricky.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, and then like I don't know. I have a lot of reservations about the concept of an N64 Classic.
Anyway, that is gonna do it for us tonight. That's one of the 2 paths of the Octopath demo. So the name's still garbage. The name is still hot garbage, but at least it makes like I understand what they're going for.
It's Project Octopath Traveler, which means it's totally not going to actually be the final name. We promise, guys.
You know what it's gonna be?
It's gonna be Octopath Traveler.
Yeah.
Octopath Traveler : Lands of the Forgotten.
No, that's a little more Atlasy than it is Square Enix for a subtitle.
You're right. Brave Exvius.
It'll be some other fucking made up word. It'll be like Octopath Traveler, Revengeance of the Damned or some bullshit like that. Like fuck off. No. It may just be Octopath Traveler because then they'll sell a DLC like 9th character that adds a dumb fucking subtitle.
Nanopath Traveler.
Yeah, like
Octopath Traveler : Nanopath Traveler.
The thing is, if this game really is like 7th Saga, and it's just like 8 relatively smallish sized stories where you can pick up.
Oh god, I hope the 3rd game is called Decapath Traveler.
You could very.
I hope they just keep going.
If it's the kind of game where if sales go well, you could very easily go like, all right, write one more character, release that shit as DLC.
Yeah, totally.
Because
you're welcome for the discussion.
Bolt them into the game.
Yeah. You're welcome for the discussion, Legaloid. gonna do it because James is bad at ending streams.
Yeah, we're gonna call it. All right, so thanks for everybody for coming out and getting on the Octopath. Real thoughts of the game, quick. It's fun. I like it. Need to see a lot more of the game though to really get a feel for what it is. There's obviously some opportunities for improvement, some quality of life stuff, but they're gonna send out
Releasing
a
a
survey.
demo version was a great idea.
I'm gonna fill out that survey in way more detail than anybody wants to read. So, on that, Saran, thanks
This
for
demo
coming on.
version, really good idea.
It
You're
was.
welcome.
It's kind of crazy that this demo for a game that's release date is just a year, but okay.
Sure. They released
but-
Final Fantasy 15 demos before there was a year.
That's true. But I'm glad to see this game lived.
Yes.
There was some fear there for a little bit. This does take all the piss out of their TGS stage demo, though, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, totally.
Like, that stage demo.
They're gonna play this demo. They're gonna play this demo, probably.
It's completely pointless stage demo now.
Squid Path Traveler. Says like a...
Oh, that's the Splatoon tie-in?
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.